Probably.
Emma told me that she went to middle school with you.
Yeah, absolutely.
She said that your hair was exactly the same.
I probably was back in the day. We were back on the Morning Brew with friends, and Emma, who was on here earlier, went down for a high together too. And we were talking about my hair and how it's always really been this awesome. It's really kind of been this perfect.
She said since age 3 or something.
Right,
You were,
it's really been this great.
Slick,
Yeah, it's I grew it out at one point, and yeah, it's when you have hair like this, you just
gotta wear it.
right, and like speaking of being awesome for a long time, I've known you for 15 years.
15? Has it been that long? God, we're old.
It's I know, right? It's been a while. You're not. You're like.
This is my nephew.
Right. And I've known you through the years. You've kind of reinvented yourself and reinvented your music several times.
Yeah.
Because I know when we first met, you were with Felonious, and you guys were doing some awesome old funk music.
Yeah.
And then you and Todd transitioned to doing some more of like pop, and you changed up the band a little bit.
Yeah, a lot of self-discovery in the music world,
Right.
You know.
And then you reinvented again into Cali Shaw as solo guy.
Yeah.
And how did you go from funk to really more the folk that you're doing now?
I think it has a lot to do with the time slots. Now that I'm older, I want to play those early 5 to 7 gigs at Tractor.
You want to do the Tractor happy hour, not the Tractor
Instead of
1 a.m.
the 10 to 2 in the morning funk gigs.
You don't want to be the guy like cleaning up the gear at 3 a.m. while they're mopping the bar.
That's where there's where all the glamour is. No, I don't know. I grew up listening to Bob Dylan and Leonard Cohen on my parents' old vinyls. And, when I was a teenager and I met Todd from Todd and the Fox, we kind of had a similar interest in old school funk and hip hop. And when we went to college, we started Felonious Groove Foundation, and it just kind of turned into a real scene back in the early 2000s when we were playing out, and all our friends would come out to the shows, and a real party scene. But
you guys had one of the best party bands around. I mean, you remember,
for sure.
Like, it was like
we had some good ones.
Right. As soon as Felonious hit the stage, everybody was on the dance floor.
Yeah.
And I mean, when you went into this whole idea of doing more folk rock, did you kind of feel like, okay, I'm just done with the dance scene? That's old
not
calling?
at all.
No.
I think that's still the pulse is still at the heart of music that I enjoy, and it was just kind of a development process. I think at the heart of my musicianship, I've always been a singer-songwriter, and when I first started playing music at a young age, I had an acoustic guitar, and that was kind of my roots. So it's kind of like a return to my beginnings, coming back to the Cali Shaw acoustic folk stuff. But I still have a love for the funk music, and actually Felonious still exists. We don't play as often as we do, but we do play like once every blue moon or something like that, as they say.
You haven't closed the book on the band yet.
Yeah, no, it's still a fun time,
it.
So we still do it.
That's cool.
I still have it in me to do a late night gig every once in a while. And
that's good.
Actually, we're playing this Friday at Mayrol. It's been several months since Felonious has played. So.
I'm there.
There you go.
And then the next day I'll be at Tractor for
With doing acoustic.
Yeah, acoustic.
Right.
So.
How many of these songs? You have a new album out. Well, the album's been out for a minute.
Yeah, that's my first Cali Shaw album, the one you have on the table there. That's Winter Bloom. That came out in 2012. And I'm actually I'm in post-production right now on a brand new album, which I've been working on diligently for about 8 months at a local studio, Elephonic Studios. And it's coming out great. I'm super excited for it. Have a whole new lineup of new songs. And I'm anticipating to release it. I think I'm going to do a fall release this year. So
that's cool.
I like the fall time, when the leaves are changing.
So how do you go into writing songs? I love talking to songwriters about this stuff because the whole process mystifies me.
Sure.
Of how you write a song, like how you get a tune in your head. Are you the guy who says, I got this phrase I want to work with, I got this beat I want to play with, I got this guitar riff I worked out, and then you build a song around? Where do you start on this stuff?
Well, actually it usually starts with the music, and I'll come up with a nice chord progression or a riff on the guitar, and I'll come up with a melody. A lot of my performances involve whistling. Some people call me the whistle guy, but whistling is actually part of my songwriting process because I come up with the melodies, to the songs via whistling, and after that, then I keep it. Most musicians or writers keep a journal. I keep a Google Doc of all my thoughts and stuff. 2015, we're all technologically advanced now. So I have my Google Docs, and when I read books or see articles or have an idea, I take a jot, and sometimes they don't get developed, and sometimes they do. But the whistling turns into full-fledged horn parts later on in the albums. But when you see me play live, I usually just whistle the parts because I don't always have a horn section with me.
It's cheaper that way.
Well, you got a song to play for us from. Is it from this album?
No, it's actually, I'm going to play one of my new ones. It'll be on the forthcoming album. It's called When I Awake, so it's appropriate for 7:30 in the morning
Yeah,
in Albuquerque. Wake up, Albuquerque.
Right.
So I'll play that one. That'll be out on the new album. And yeah.
All right. Well, we've also got you got a whole calendar. Of stuff
Yeah, we
coming
got a whole
up.
calendar. You can come see Cali this Saturday, but we have Cloud Dwellers, which is an interesting hip hop project. Alex Mayrol, who's always a favorite. Carlos the Tall coming up. So
Oh, very cool.
just different select Saturdays up in Nob Hill. It's a new music series in Nob Hill. So,
Right.
yeah.
And this is every Saturday.
No, just two a month. You'll have to kind of be there to catch it. It's like a
Cool.
prize for
'Cause-
being up early on a Saturday night.
Well, this is Kali Shah, and this is a song called "It's Wake Up." Is that
When
right?
I Awake.
When I awake.
Or
Sorry, it's too early.
Hold on to you, because that's what I do when I wake up. Not you, Dan, but somebody.
One can dream, Colin.
Wondering if she remembers me at all. Girl from the North Country was waiting for your call. We could leave tonight and head back home to prove. When I awake, I would hold on to you. Running out of miles on my first investigation. Passport late to come by, man, I've been waiting by that station. I'm headed out at the break of dawn for that final destination. I'd wait for you, but I heard you walked enough. Life is just a series of hard negotiations. 3D printers and rockets off to distant constellations. Well, could a man be made from mud? Was it just my imagination? When I awake, I would hold on to you. When I awake, I could hold on to you. Your hands in mine. Daytime dreams of things that could intertwine. I laid in bed but couldn't speak or move. When I awake, I would hold on to you. When I awake, I should hold on to you. Wondering if she remembered me at all. Girl from the North Country was waiting for your call. We can leave tonight and head back home to prove. When I awake, I would hold on to you. This love's just amazing, just a dangerous situation. Tell me, were you just too shy to start a conversation? The water's getting too high, that's just my observation. When I awake, I would hold on to you. When I awake, I could hold on to you. Your hands in mine. Daytime dreams of things that would intertwine. I laid in bed but couldn't speak or move. When I awake, I would hold on to you. When I awake, I should hold on to you.
Woo-hoo! Awesome. Thank you, Kali Shah. We're waiting for the new CD to come out this fall. In the meantime, Winter Bloom is out. We can see him this weekend at Tractor in Nob Hill. We're back in a couple of seconds. We're going to be talking about the Bees and Seeds Festival and seed art and seed swaps and all.
All about
Fun,
seeds.
right? On the Morning Brew with Friends.